Hey, welcome back. Just as promised, Sister Poochie's coming at you with one of those extraordinary people that I was telling you about. I'm happy to have with me tonight Rosalind from R3 Photography. How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm glad to have you by.
It's good to be here.
Okay. I just wanted to let everybody know out there that there were people out there who were really taking the power of God and the power of Christ and really living their lives and living their dreams. Amen.
That's
okay,
right,
so
just doing it.
Okay, just doing it. Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what I wanted to bring to everybody on this special broadcast. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself. There you go.
Well, photography has been my passion ever since I was a little girl. I used to take my little sister when I was like 12 years old and pose her on the snow and take pictures with my little 110 camera.
All right. Okay.
I was into photography back then.
All right.
And then after a while, I just decided to go to school for it. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I went back to school when I decided what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And I knew I wanted to do photography, so that's what I went to school for.
Okay.
And it was a bunch of work, but man, I loved it, every minute of it.
Did you have to make any particular sacrifices, you think, to make this happen, or were you just able to?
It was very expensive.
Okay.
It was very expensive buying the equipment. In California, it was cheap to go to school, but the equipment was expensive to rent and buy.
Okay.
That's where a lot of the costs come in right there, and that's where I had to make a lot of sacrifices.
Okay.
Is with that. And for a little while, I had to do without a car, which is kind of hard in California, but I live within school and work, so I made it work.
Okay, you just made it work. You
Yeah.
just did it. That's what I've been trying to tell people. There's nothing impossible. And, sometimes we have to sacrifice a little bit. But I think you're like the biggest investment that you can ever invest in is yourself. And sometimes, you have to work a job you don't want to work or do something you don't have to do because you're pressing toward that dream. You agree with me, sister?
That's right. I totally agree with you.
All right, if you had some advice to anybody who was going into this industry, because we always talk about industries and what you got to do and how you got to do it, and I keep telling people, if you got Jesus Christ as your back end, you actually get to write some stuff, so you do it your way.
Well, I have to admit that I had pulled away from photography for a minute because it was very competitive and there was no money in it and everybody was doing it. So I went into graphic design, but then I went to school for that and I found out I just didn't like it. So I went for my passion. I was like, that's what I studied and that's what I'm going to do is photography.
Okay.
So my advice is don't stop. Just keep doing it no matter what, Don't let anything stop you from doing it. Another job, don't get caught in a rut, do what you want to do. Life is too short not to.
That's what we're talking about. And I think we all have, that's what the Journey Home collection of poems is about, is that God put something in all of us to do, and you're out there capturing like life as it goes on. So I think, photography and the arts, people have to push those kind of things. So tell us what kind of photographer you are. If somebody wanted to hire you, what kind of things have you done? What can you do? What can you offer us?
Well, do that digital photography. I'm trying to get a camera. I build a camera. I also do 4x5 large format photography, medium format, and film photography. I process my own black and white film. I studied everything in photography, including lighting. So,
okay. I know we're gonna check mine out later, but you're a guest. That's all right. We get a hook. Like I said, we're gonna have righteous people with righteous hooks up here. We all have a role and we all have specialties. So anyway, we get the light together. It's better. When you said that. Okay. Forget it. What are some of the pet peeves that you have? What can you tell people when you're working with a photographer? Some
be
things
on time. Time is essential.
Well, say it again.
Be on time.
Okay.
Time is essential.
Okay.
It really is, especially when you're working, and especially if you're working outside with the daylight. Okay, that's when it's really essential. But being on time is essential, period, because it's the right way to do business. It shows people that you're on, or that you're real and you're on cue.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody wanted to contact you, talk more about photography, or to book you for some gigs, or do you stay local? You really willing to travel?
I'm willing to travel, go anywhere.
Okay.
I'm all over the place. I'm
Okay.
adventurous.
Okay.
My website, R3Photography.net. You can check it out. Contact me through that. Yeah.
That's it. Contact her. Okay, and you can always contact her at sisterpoochie.com, and that's again R3. That's the letter R3 Photography. Hit it.
.net.
.net. Okay, if you want to check some more out, check back in, because Roz is going to be stopping back in, letting us know what's happening out there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I have events coming up too that I'm taking pictures for.
Okay.
For like Belizean events.
Okay.
Belizean parties.
Okay, well, why don't you stop by and let us know when these things are going to be happening.
Definitely.
And if somebody wants to catch you in action, you know, see how you capture the crowd and everything, you can always go and, of course, support the people who are supporting the people who are out there doing their thing. Keeping it real. This is Sister Poochie with Roz from R3 Photography.
All right.
Okay?
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real, my sister.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot.
No
All
problem.
right.
It's my pleasure.
Peace, and we're out until later.